Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we are, of course, going to be watching Instagram model tells cops she died and came back from future after killing two people by Rotten Mango. I know this is not her newest video because I know she uploaded a video the other day that's like well over 2 hours long, and I thought like I might bite the bullet, but I feel like I I think we've gotten to the point where videos that long, I just need to do live. Because trying to do a video that long is just too much time spent per day. Because that video could be up to, what, like 4 hours long to record that video, assuming I'm like firing off on all cylinders and am able to talk for 2 hours on top of the video being in 2 hours. So then that's 4 hours spent doing that, and then more than 4 hours spent uploading that video. So it could be like 10 hours spent on just that one video plus in one day. And then like if I'm doing that with other videos, that's the same thing, right? So I feel like it's easier to just do those kinds of videos live. Same thing with the even though those videos aren't really long. Same thing with the Chinaverse stuff. I think I'll just do the Chinaverse stuff live, but like with videos that are super long like that, I'll do them live. So we're just continuing having a small reprieve right now, and we're going to be doing this one because it was actually pretty short for her by Rotten Mango standards because it's only 46 minutes, weirdly, even though this seems like this is kind of like an interesting story. I mean, I think on the thumbnail it says something about aliens, so this lady might even mention aliens, so this seems like this could be just crazy. Though, of course, what did we watch last time? Dark Asia video, right? But it was about the family. Technically, one guy caused it, but the father of this woman got mad about his cousin slipping. Like he literally tripped and accidentally touched his daughter during like a wedding ceremony or like before the wedding thing, some sort of event before the wedding, a wedding party. He accidentally slips and touched her back or something, and then he got his nephews and son to go get this guy, take him out back while the party's still going on, I think. And they were just going to like teach him a lesson, but the dad actually just stabbed him to death, and then they started beating him up whilst all that happened, and he died. And then they burnt him alive. Then the dad just ate the guy, like ate his tongue and his ear. I'm just giving the description of everything that happened last time. I probably should start doing that though. Viewer discretion is advised, by the way. Just in case you didn't watch the last video, that's what happened. They forced one of the guys, like one of the nephews, didn't actually do anything. He was just like forced to be there, so he kind of is okay. He got off the hook, I think, hopefully. But they forced that guy to eat a piece of the flesh, and then they like what was left of him that was like usable, they actually took back to the wedding party and made all the uh, people there eat it and not know that they had done that because they just mixed it in with the other meat. So like that's a crazy story. So if you didn't go watch that, go watch that because I don't. If you don't think what I just said is crazy, then I don't know.
Bada bing, bada boom.
There's 4 ways that this is gonna play out for Javier. If he is telling the truth, maybe he can help save the world. Or the world can maybe save Javier, because if he is trapped like he says he is, he's gonna die very soon. If he's not telling the truth, he will either make a lot of money or he will get caught and shamed. These are the only options left for him now. In 2021, Javier starts posting his first few videos on TikTok. It seems like warnings for us. I don't know, for humanity, that's what it feels like. Javier starts by explaining he does not remember what happened or how it happened. He just
Is this some sort of ARG? Like just seeing the videos there, it felt like an ARG, which is not apparently what I thought Like the definition, not the definition, but the what the words stood for. I thought it meant like augmented reality game, but it's not augmented reality. It's what is the definition? It's alternate reality game.
Remembers he woke up in the hospital one day. He's hooked up to a bunch of machines in the hospital bed. He doesn't know how or why he's in the hospital, but he gets up from the bed and it's
Isn't that the opening to The Walking Dead, first episode?
eerily quiet. The machines aren't making any noise.
Is that the opening to 28 Days Later as well? I'm not sure.
He gets up and starts walking out of his large hospital room, and it's so strange. Hello? There's nobody in the hallway. There's not a single nurse. I mean, hospitals are one of the few places that regardless of the time of day, there's activity. He walks down the long corridor. He's peering into each room that he passes that have all these hospital beds, all these machines, expecting fellow sick patients or people crying, coughing, machines beeping. Nothing. It's
This is an
dead silent.
This is an ARG. Like that's pretty high budget, right? Being able to rent out a hospital. With no, well, not being able to rent out the hospital, but just like finding a hospital with like nobody around and being allowed to do this.
He starts getting freaked out because what do you mean nothing and nobody is at this hospital? How is he completely alone? How is he even in the hospital to begin with? How the hell is that possible? He runs out the hospital, same thing. Streets are empty. There's not a single person in any of the businesses that are nearby. There's cars parked. Nobody's in them. They're cold.
Like I didn't get a good look at the hospital before. The movements here are kind of uncanny, but the buildings and whatnot, cars, what have you, look real, even with the low quality being applied here. So I was thinking maybe this is just like CGI, but like this all looks real. It's just the movements that look uncanny of the camera.
If he touches the hood, they're ice cold. They haven't been on or running in a very long time. What the hell is happening? He manages to get his phone, he takes a video and he posts it online. He writes in the TikTok, I woke up in a hospital. Humanity has gone extinct. There is no one in the shopping centers. The date today is February 13th.
Roll that back. Well, 2027. SCP-096 I saw written down here in the... Oh, shoot. In the description here by Alexis. Why is Alexis here? Hold on, isn't Alexis part of 096? If you don't know what I'm talking about, the SCP is like what do you even describe SCPs if you don't know what SCPs are like in a, not what they are and what it is, but like the medium that it is. Right? It's a franchise of stories, interconnecting stories about different anomalies. It's just like a one big info dump of information about just random weird things. You can watch what is SCP, because it's like what it has its own wiki page of like here's all the numbers of SCPs and what they are and what they do. And isn't 096 Shy Guy? So why are they talking about Shy Guy in this post? Hold on. Like, we gotta dive deeper in that, because SCPs is probably my favorite. Let's just call it literature. Yeah, SCP is like my favorite literature ever. So let's actually dive into that for a second. Yeah, 096 is Shy Guy, which just as like a breakdown, it's like this long, tall, lanky guy, pale skin, basically like a skeleton with just skin on it, who, if you see his face, he'll chase you around the world to go kill you. Right? That's what 096 is. But why are they talking about 096 in what appears to just be like a last man on Earth kind of scenario? I don't know why this is just randomly. Again, this is just so weird that this is here. Like, this has nothing to do with what's in this video. What else do we have down here? Ah, yes, the boat was driving itself. Then Thanos for some reason. I feel these are made similarly to how backroom videos are, probably with even less layering because he's just copying the environment. Is this like talking about CGI? Because now we're talking about the back rooms, which is why I was like talking earlier. Like, is this 3D? 'Cause the smooth movement of the camera felt uncanny, thus it was a camera in 3D space, which ironically is like the backroom stuff, which if oh we can't even see what that arrow, but is like the backrooms content. Which you haven't seen the backrooms videos, go watch them. They're cool. From the specific guy, not just any random backrooms video. The last view, what is it called? I forget. I'll look up what the back, like who I mean when I'm talking about the back rooms right now. Yeah, I'm talking about Kane Pixels, which I think this guy was a kid when he started doing these videos. And then I'm talking about like these back rooms videos. Obviously, I haven't watched most of them, and I've watched people reaction, but this is the very first one that people probably have seen as this. And this is like entirely, I think, in Blender probably. Like that, like they look real, but it's all just 3D, a lot of filters and stuff. Same thing with the oldest view. The oldest view is pretty good. I think it has like the location that he used is based off in Texas. So again, I live in Texas, so that's cool. I've seen all the oldest view except for like I think this is probably just a video about the demolition of that mall in real life, like not actual like analog horror stuff. That go see the backroom stuff from Kane if you haven't. But yeah, so I don't know why we're talking about the backrooms here, unless it is just because this is CGI.
No one in the shopping centers. The date today is February 13th, 2027.
What?
Well, a couple
From
years
there,
from now.
Javier starts posting TikToks of all these empty streets. Every time he's walking around in a public place, it's completely empty. You don't see a single person. You don't even see a shadow of a person. The stores that he's walking through are completely empty. He
Yeah, these look real, but because it's so blurry, you could get away with some things.
posts empty hospitals, airports. He even goes to a police station that's completely empty, finds the keys to one of the squad cars, gets inside. I mean,
Like, I can't tell.
of course, netizens are going crazy with these viral TikToks. They're very skeptical, honestly. Some are enjoying it for what it is, which is entertainment, but
Well, it's like an ARG, like I said, but who knows if that's actually what this is. I need to be able to like look at them longer to tell if they're like in Blender, made in Blender or something.
others think that he's playing tricks, right? Maybe he filmed this during the pandemic and he's
Maybe that's also a possibility. Was it like really that empty?
just
there?
now posting them like a year later. Or perhaps he goes to all these places super early in the morning to film before the city wakes up. So yeah, I mean, obviously nobody's there.
Yeah, you could get away with that. Like the reflections are so like are pretty good.
She leads Javier to leaving these secret packages in tourist heavy spots. He's trying to prove because he's like, I read your comments. I'm from 2027 and nobody is here. In order to prove it to you, I will leave a package somewhere very secretive. He goes to a tourist heavy spot, leaves a package, nobody is there. Fellow netizens will go to the same spot. It's filled with people and the package is there.
Wait, I don't get it. If he's from 2027 and he leaves a package, how would we find it in 2021
Yeah, how would it go backwards? But
or 2022?
Yeah, nobody knows.
That doesn't make sense. The timeline is not adding up, right?
well, time is like whatever though, right?
The timeline isn't making any sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Because time can be anything in this kind of context. Have I talked about time before on one of these videos? I don't know. Like time could just be a circle, and we're just living the same thing over and over again forever. Like time is like literally a permanent circle in existence, and thus like you have possibly seen this video an infinite amount of times over and over again because you're just going through the cycle again. You're on another cycle, but it's also the first time because time is just like a singular circle going around. So just like a VHS that's being played, then you rewind it and play it again. You rewind it, play it again, indefinitely, or like a point that's just all the information just overlapping itself. if you take like a line and then spin it in 3D space, it becomes a point, and you can see all of time in one singular point in space, right? And then all that stuff is just overlapping, and then it could be muddled, whatever. I'm not going to get into time talk here, but if I mean, they're the ones who started it. We're doing weird time stuff here, so I figured we'd at least talk about it for like a split second. The different kinds of time we can do. Also, you just have the branching paths and whatnot, but...
Yeah.
But Javier is like, for some reason, it's happening. Other things Javier has done to try and convince the internet that he's from the future is going out during the night to show that he's not just out during the early morning hours. He also has gone to highly secured locations, historic landmarks, hospitals, airport backrooms, stadiums, medical labs, usually places that a random person cannot just walk through for fun or for filming or just to take a look around. He's even walked into a Mercedes dealership, taken a key, and just driven off. I mean, evidently, Mercedes cars run so well that even after sitting there for years, they're still drivable. The videos are entertaining due to the mere fact that it is weird and strange and eerie to see just so many public places be so empty. However, there's probably an easy explanation to how Javier is filming these TikToks.
Okay, well, how? If not in Blender, is it just him paying to clear everything out for X amount of time? I mean, that's like the easier option, because trying to make all this stuff in Blender, that would take forever and would take immaculate amount of skill to do that. You know what I'm talking about Blender? I mean, like, it's a program to make 3D models and stuff like that. It's a 3D modeling program, you know, to make stuff like this model here. Like to make stuff like that, or what have you. I haven't really shown it, but like just like I don't know if I've shown them in the Rotten Mango videos, but you see like the ending screen here. Like this is made in Blender. Like this is Blender, the BRB screen, which I don't know if I've shown in this. Like I said, this screen, like this is Blender. This is not real. This one I definitely haven't shown. We're in the starting soon screen. Look at this. This is Blender. So, if you're like really, really good, you could make stuff like that's indistinguishable, I would assume, from reality, right? Especially with filters that make it hard to tell. But I think it would just be easier to be like, hey, I'm going to pay someone a lot of money to clear out an area for me to film for X amount of time. Like that's just easy. You just actually go to the real place from just paying money if you got a lot of money.
It's conceivable that he was able to obtain filming permits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or maybe it's explained that he's friendly with authorities, or maybe he's part of the authorities. Maybe he's a cop and he has the ability to get clearance to go into these locations. Or who knows? Maybe he's a game developer who's capable of CGIing everyone out of scenes, and this is part of a game that he's working on. So he's testing it out and generating conversation for his future project. That could make sense.
Is he still doing it today?
Yes.
Really? It's been going on for years?
Yes.
Wow.
But it just can't be true, right? That Javier is from the future, because nobody is from the future, right? August
Well, I mean, we don't know that.
10th, 2024, 6:45 in the morning. There are at least 5 Miami-based paramedics in the area. That's not even including the other authorities, the police. Just paramedics surrounding this little blonde woman. She's laying on the pavement, shirtless. And she tells them, the aliens. One of the paramedics leans down. Excuse me? They're coming. They're coming, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. What? I'm from the future. I'm a crystal ball. You can live off me.
I'm from the future. Oh, crystal ball. You can live off me.
Later, they ask her, do you know what happened? Do you remember what happened? And she responds, yeah, I died. The authorities are very interested in what she has to say because obviously, there's no way she's from the future.
Well, I mean, assuming the first thing a paramedic would assume is she's high off of, I don't know, fentanyl or something. Whatever the drug that makes you like a zombie like this, act like this. That's what I assume they think.
Right? I mean, how does one die and come back to life like that?
I mean, I guess you just re-roll in time, right? You die, like, oh, go back to my last save 2 years ago.
But more importantly, just a block away from where she was claiming that the aliens are coming, there are 2 people who have been killed, and they're not coming back.
Well, maybe they're going forward. Like, she went back, maybe they got sent forward. But yeah, I'm assuming this one is just going to be crazy, right? Like, we've already gotten into, like, weird time stuff. We got aliens. Like I said, I could have sworn aliens was on the thumbnail for this video.
Sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the JED Foundation. The JED Foundation is a nonprofit that exists to protect emotional health and prevent substance misuse in our nation's teens and young adults. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team, and we would also like to thank you guys for your continued support as we work on our mission to be worthy advocates. As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. With that being said, let's get into it. I have a question for you. If you are walking on the sidewalk, it's morning, so it's bright outside. There's people everywhere. You're walking north.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that she was talking about the weird time traveler guy. Time Traveler's ARG at the beginning of this, just as like one of those things where she hasn't really done this in a long time, where she just says some sort of like weird supernatural stuff at the beginning of the video and never talks about it again. So I feel like she was just saying that stuff to like set up the mood for talking about time travel. But that guy might not play a part in this video at all. It's just something she wanted to talk about to have a little bit of supernatural. Then now we're just into the video, the meat and bones. 'Cause he said he's still around posting videos, so he must have not been one of the people who got killed, question mark, by her. So I'm assuming that was just window dressing, like she's done with some of the other ones, like the mall video where she talked about some sort of ghosts at the beginning of that one, the kids seeing ghosts talking about some disaster that's going to happen. Right? She does that from time to time. So it seems not to be as often as I would have assumed, because I think she did it maybe back to back in the videos I had chosen to watch, and then not that often after that. But I think that was that kind of segment again.
When suddenly all the morning joggers, all the fellow pedestrians start running in the opposite direction as you. What do? Do you keep going north where they're running from? Or do you U-turn and start running with them and nobody's really telling you what's going on? They're just running.
Like they're panic, screaming, running?
Yeah. Like they look like they're on a mission. Something has happened. They're running either away from something or to something.
Oh yeah, I'm U-turning.
You're U-turning?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Macy Lathers does. She's wearing blue jeans, a red hoodie, the hood is pulled over her head, and she's briskly walking in one direction. There's CCTV footage of her. She's like 24, right? Now, clearly, she is not out for a morning jog. She's wearing jeans. But she does seem like she's sort of in a rush for something. She's
That her stance is a bit off.
walking north when a bunch of people start running in the opposite direction.
I don't know how I would describe it. Let's just watch that again, her walking from the beginning.
The hood is pulled over her head.
It's sped up, like her hands are spread like a triangle. She's like in an A pose if we're talking about like 3D models, but this is not 3D model stuff anymore. It's just like, that's how you would describe this. She's in like an A pose with her arms out like an A, and it's like a very uncomfortable,
And she's briskly walking in
high-strung kind of like walk. She looks kind of high-strung, and then now she keeps playing around with her hoodie. She's putting her hand in her face. It doesn't seem like it's that sunny, though. The need to put your hand up like that to see it in front of you.
one direction. There's CCTV footage of her. She's like,
And she's kind of hunched, too. I don't know if you can tell. But this seems like it's... Oh, Jesus Christ, that was bad. it seems like that, like her back is doing that. And like this posture is just so weird. I don't know if her hands are in her pockets, but then like they're not relaxed. She's not in a relaxed state whatsoever, in my opinion.
Like 24, right? Now,
That she's taking her hands out, she's playing around with the hoodie again.
clearly, she is not
Like, why? This is what I mean. Like, why is this so far away from your body? It's like she has something here that's stopping her arms from like getting closer to herself, which is why I'm saying she's like very high strung.
out for a morning jog. She's wearing jeans. But she does seem like she's sort of in a rush for something. She's walking north when a bunch of people start running in the opposite direction. And she has this moment where she hesitates. But maybe someone says something to her because she immediately U-turns it around, 180, joins the crowd, and starts running from where she was coming from.
Well, she's walking fast. I wouldn't say running.
Makes a full U-turn, which takes her straight to the street where there are 3 cars that look like they have been chewed up and spit out on a random Miami road. There are firefighters descending. There's one car they're having to pry open this crumbled piece of metal. A piece of the car has to come off so that they can get the victim out. There's 3 cars, a white Mercedes, a black Range Rover, and a silver Suzuki. It appears that the white Mercedes ran the red lights going 80 on a 30 road, slammed into the black Range Rover. The black Range Rover and the white Mercedes then both slammed into the silver Suzuki. It caused all 3 cars to be completely smashed. Ultimately, the driver of the black Range Rover is rushed to the hospital, injured but alive. 2 passengers in the silver Suzuki, Abraham Molina and his friend Jesus Rubio, they were in the backseat headed to work, and the collision killed them.
Yeah, I assume that's what she was gonna say, since she was putting their faces on the in the video and full names here.
Driver of the Suzuki that was in the car with them, Abraham's wife, Juanita, was rushed to the hospital where she managed to survive, which means 2 passengers are dead. The driver of the Range Rover survived. The driver of the Suzuki survived, but she lost her husband and her friend. Then who was driving the white Mercedes? As a police
Are we saying it was the woman walking around in a extremely high strung?
are trying to figure that out. A block away, Macy, the one that was running with the red hoodie, she is seen. She's the one that U-turned, right? She manages to slip away from the crowd where 1 block away, she's now on the ground throwing up, just in the middle of the street. There's so much going on at 6:45 in the morning on this Miami intersection. She's now completely topless. Her
Yeah, like I think she's not wearing any shoes either, if you can't tell. These look like socks, so completely topless. Oh, you can actually, she took it off over there. Instead of being that far away, it's right over there. Took her shirt off. Shoes are maybe off. I don't know. That was a bad question mark. I can't like draw with this thing. But yeah. Don't know if these are socks or not, but it seems like her socks are out.
red hoodie is off and it's down the road.
Wait. She made a U-turn?
Ran back from where she was coming from. There's
Which was probably the crash. She got out of the white Mercedes, question mark. Ran away, then walked back into the situation, took her top off, and then laid down on the ground. Question mark. And her shoes are gone
3
somewhere.
cars piled up, and then she takes a turn and starts running down a block.
Or those might just be white shoes, but it looks like socks.
But somehow her top is off. Her shirt comes off. She's completely topless in the middle of a street. There are 2 officers standing there guarding the scene and guarding Macy in a sense. And
Okay, well. Shoes. So, those are her socks.
it appears like they're trying to get her up, but it's not working very well. I mean, the whole thing is difficult. She's kind of slugging around on the pavement. There's a whole group of construction workers watching the whole thing unfold. Some of them are filming, which is alarming considering she's topless.
Yeah, but it's current culture. Got to film everything. It's a good and a bad thing, right? Because it means there's evidence of everything that happens, but also people are too busy recording rather than to help people anymore. But yeah, they already kind of do this kind of weird. I feel like should have sat her up and put her shirt on first, and then cuffed her instead of like cuffing her and then just draping her shirt over her, or at least like try to tie it around her neck like a bib, something.
But nevertheless, there's this big wet patch on her pants. Evidently, she
Wait, she'll have her
peed herself. And eventually, the
that
officer
could just be sweat. It looks like she actually might still have her like top on. They were saying her shirt is off, but her actual top is still there because there's like weird colors in the sensor there.
give up on trying to get her up. They're confused on what's going on. There's a female officer on site who looks like she's thinking through if this career path is even worth it. And in the perfect timing, Macy is on the pavement screaming, "Ah!" They ask her, "Ma'am, what car were you driving?" "My name is Mercedes. My name is Mercedes."
Okay, well, she was driving a white Mercedes, right?
Mercedes. Mercedes.
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
Is her name Mercedes or Macy?
It's
Or-
Macy.
Oh, okay. It's not Mercedes.
No.
But she was driving Mercedes.
Yes.
Okay.
The male cop has to tell her, "Calm down, calm down, calm down. I'm from the future." Awesome. Amazing. I have a crystal ball.
I'm from the future. Oh, crystal ball can live off me.
Ma'am, what did you take? Tusi. Pink, 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 pink. Oh, fuck.
Tusi, pink, 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 pink. Tusi, drugs, fuck. He's over in the corner.
Oh, break? I wasn't expecting a break in the video. This
You know those cute PowerPoint videos that your phone makes with the old photos that you come across every few months?
I don't know if I know what she's talking about. Like maybe, maybe not. The thing that your phone does. Yeah, I'm assuming, like I said earlier, the first instincts when assuming what's going on here is she is just on whatever the drug is called that turns you into this. Just, you know, just on the ground, tweaking out. I assume it's like, well, I probably shouldn't have even said that earlier, right? I mentioned that name earlier, that you can't be talking about these things anymore. Just YouTube is just so censored. You can't say any words anymore. But yeah, like that's what I'm assuming is what's happening here. So is that so after killing two people? So I'm assuming she means the two passengers, like in the title, the two passengers who died in the accident. That's what she means by two. Like not like she was like a serial killer or anything. Just she crashed, probably because she was under the influence, and accidentally killed those two, and then just continue to just go and trip in the street or something, like tripping out in the street. No clue. Like I'm assuming that's just what's happening here, and it's not. So there's no correlation to aliens or time traveling or what have you. Even though she did mention that one guy who says he's from the year 2027 at the beginning of this video. Again, I think that was just something she does sometimes, like talking about something weird or supernatural at the beginning of a video and then not elaborate on why she talked about that or why she was going to go into something that's supernatural like that. Is
Colombia, there is a woman. Not many people know her.
making sure this was just not another ad read because sometimes she does two back to back.
In Colombia, there is a woman. Not many people know her real name. They just call her the Queen of Tusi. She is the head of this organization called La Empresa.
We have these weird animal masks, which are we saying these as like the big government bads, like Squid Game or whatever. We've seen the guys with masks in the Squid Game, right, from her Squid Game videos. Or the people in real life who hosted that party. She talked about them too. I don't remember their names.
Which translates to the enterprise. They run the Tutsi trafficking ring in that region, and it's a fully fledged corporation, if you will, with manufacturing, drop, and shipment safe houses that are connected by underground tunnels in that region. Each safe house is guarded 24/7 by men with giant machine guns, and typically nobody is allowed in or out unless they're part of the enterprise. Until a Vice journalist decides, I'm gonna go in there and film a YouTube video.
Where are we going? We talked about some sort of weird ARG at the beginning. Then we talked about a woman under the influence getting into a car accident. Now we're talking about like a possible cartel out of nowhere. Well, I'm assuming.
Full body pat down. That's what it starts with. Only then is the Vice team allowed into one of the safe houses to see the supplies. And it's
Is this guy gonna die?
just these giant bags of pink powdery substance.
Wait, they let the Vice team come into
Yes.
film?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's not a secret filming. It's agreed upon.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's just these pink powdery substances in bags called Tutsi. It looks like sugar dyed pink. It looks like something my nieces would bake with.
Yeah, is it just prescriptions that have been ground up?
As for what the pink powder is,
Is it Benadryl? Is it illegal to say the word Benadryl?
that depends on who and when you buy it. And even then, each time you could get something else entirely. Mostly it'll be some sort of variation or mixture of caffeine, which technically can be
Okay, that. I didn't know if I wanted to say that earlier, so I haven't said that word, but the K word.
used to treat medical conditions. Some patients will be prescribed it to treat pain management as well as mental health treatment, mixed with MA, aka ecstasy or money, mixed with meth sometimes. And
They're just naming like every intoxicant, is that a word? Known to mankind.
and potentially even fentanyl.
Okay, well there we go, we have that. Let me look something up. I was just looking up Benadryl, because I know I mentioned it, but maybe that just sounds weird, but I could have sworn Benadryl is pink. So yeah, I looked it up. It does look like it is in fact pink. So there's that, but I don't assume that this is that. I don't know what it's specifically for. Is it just allergy relief, that? But yeah, I mean, that stuff is pink, so could be some of that in there.
Believe it or not, some drug traffickers will even add caffeine to it to bulk it up. Some say it enhances the experience because caffeine is a stimulant, but most traffickers who care about profit margins will say caffeine is legal, it's relatively cheap, it bulks up the mixture. You're adding powder and it's sold by weight, and it reduces production costs while still providing the stimulating effects. These days, the pink powder is known as pink or Tutsi.
Pink what? I'm guessing
Effects.
another word with that starts with P.
These days, the pink powder is known as pink
It sounds like she's saying pain at the end, so I don't know. Maybe not, but I'm assuming she said like pink and then a P word. Again, we can't. Everything's censored on YouTube. Can't say anything. But that's a Pink Panther. That's like the Pink Panther. On these.
or Tutsi.
Let me see. Yeah, this is the guy who is on those packages, the Pink Panther. Which is like, oof, I'm pretty sure they don't really appreciate that. Hanna-Barbera is going to be very upset with you for doing that.
Yeah. It contains relatively no caffeine nowadays,
I think she said it doesn't contain Coca-Cola, if you know what I mean.
nor does it contain 2CB. 2CB, it's what it's named after. 2CB was actually first synthesized by Dr. Alexander Shulgin. He's an American pharmacologist who is known for creating over 150 drugs throughout his career. He's actually quite a fascinating character. He was well known for willingly testing his creations on himself. For documentation purposes, he said. In his book, he writes that 2CB was by far one of his fondest creations. I mean, his whole career, he said he was focused heavily on creating psychedelic compounds that could be used for therapeutic treatments. Therapists who have tried 2CB with their patients said, you know, it actually was pretty helpful. It just created an open space to talk to the patients where they could access their emotions that they would never normally open up about. It would be normally guarded off. It feels mild, not too harsh of a drug that shocks the patients into some sort of reaction. It doesn't leave them confused afterwards. It's actually quite gentle, at least the way that we've trialed it, that is. A lot of therapists liked what they were saying, but everything kind of falls apart when 2CB starts getting marketed as a way to increase stamina in intimate settings. People start using it recreationally so that they can see each other naked. The DEA freaks out because when used recreationally, the effects are unpredictable. If you take too much 2CB, and some people have reported when they took too much, they become irrationally violent.
Okay, weird. I mean, I don't know anything about any of this kind of stuff, but obviously, yeah, you'd think the government's going to get involved after something like that.
They don't identify as violent or angry people, but they'll take it and they just want to choke someone. They classify.
I mentioned 28 days later, earlier, that's come around because now we have people who are just becoming crazily violent just from nothing out of thin air.
Classify 2CB as a Schedule 1 controlled substance, right up there with heroin, and cocaine, meaning.
Is that why that video game, that popular video game that came out recently, was called Schedule 1? I had no clue what the name meant, but I guess it has something to do with narcotics.
Meaning the DEA has deemed the drug, 1, of having a high potential for abuse, and 2, having no accepted medical use in the United States. So 2CB is completely illegal. Not even just on the street level, but on the medical level as well. It seems like in the very low dosages, like I said, some patients have noted becoming passive, but the
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of people ruined it for everybody, ruined it for the therapists.
high doses, people also report having these intense hallucinations, morbid delusions, where they just start doing violent things. Sometimes that lasts up for 12 hours. Some experts believe that the visual hallucinations are stronger than what you get on LSD or even shrooms. And it has been argued that the potential medical benefits are not really there. Additionally, the potential dangers of the drug just might not be worth it either for society.
Sure.
2C, even though it's named after 2CB, the chemical compound, it no longer contains really any 2CB. So it's called pink cocaine. Nowadays doesn't really contain cocaine.
Oh, maybe she's just saying pink Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? She's just saying that. She's not saying anything weird.
It was called 2C after 2CB doesn't really contain any 2CB nowadays.
That's so odd. Why they do that?
It's cheaper, more affordable.
Okay.
Add those in with caffeine, bulk it up.
Okay. So they're just using the same name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the whole thing is very dangerous because every trafficker makes 2C differently. And sometimes each time that they make it, it's different. One netizen writes, it's not a real drug. You guys, it's a Frankenstein monster, a random shit that should almost always be avoided unless you send it to a lab for testing.
Well, I mean, you'd assume that all narcotics should be avoided at all costs? Question mark.
Another netizen said, it's the fish soup of drugs. Do not buy the fish soup. One of the cartel members states, 2C is like an explosion that has arrived in the world, and it's here to stay for a long time. It's a gold mine. It's a #1 among young kids. It's for kids who don't want to sleep for 3 to 4 days. Yeah, the queen of 2C even states, the pink color attracts more people, you know? We know the harm it causes in the central nervous system, so I don't use it.
Wait, do you know that? You know it causes damage to the nervous system? Hello?
Wow.
But now, the
I mean, of course they don't care. They're bad people, right? So
This journalist is standing in the Queen of 2C's safe house with armed guards telling him, you should try it. He's like, what?
wouldn't he get in trouble for this? Because there's like recorded footage of like taking narcotics. Hello? Wouldn't he like immediately go to jail after this interview or whatever goes through?
And they're serious.
They want him to try it so they can get a new customer.
They're not really giggling with him. And he's like, oh, no. Thank you though. Thank you very much though. This time they're a little more firm. They're trying to signal to him in a subtle way that they're not joking. They do want him to try it. They point a machine gun at him. Try it. Okay, I'll try a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like the crazy one who would be like, okay, just kill me. I'm not playing your game, just kill me.
That is how he gains their trust. That is how he
I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know.
tries pink cocaine on video.
I don't understand what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
why are they allowing this guy to come in and record all of this?
I don't know.
Just flexing? Like, what's going on?
Nobody knows. Yeah. He ends up trying 2C for the first time that night, and
Probably went to jail.
only then do they invite him to see how they make the product. I'm not entirely sure what I was expecting, but I definitely wasn't expecting a cartel member to be in front of a stove with a normal pan, adding random dashes of liquid ketamine, sprinkling in ecstasy, food coloring, and then he would take his gun and mash up pills using his gun like a pestle. And at one point, the vice journalist asks him, have you ever thought about buying a professional grinder? The quote-unquote chef stops grinding the pills with the back of his gun, looks up at the journalist. What? No. He goes back to sauteing the now pink mixture on the stove using 2 credit cards as cooking utensils, just sauteing it. In his downtime, as he's letting it simmer, he takes hits from his pipe. It's crazy.
It almost seems like this isn't even real and it's just fabricated with how silly it is.
Their operations, just this one enterprise alone, cooking on this stove, brings in $20 million a year from the pink powder.
So you're saying the visual looks just like those movies?
Yes.
Like guns and credit cards, and they're
Yes.
taking the hits at the same time. It's just like the movies.
Just like the movies. One doctor says people can die. And the worst part about it is there's really no quality control out there on the street. So you don't really know what you're getting. I mean, they're referring to this as cocaine, and they're making it pink because it's easier to market and easy to sell because it looks cool and it sounds like cocaine. So you're like, I know what cocaine is.
What are they doing with this though? Are they inhaling it and are they eating it? Because we're adding food coloring, and I think in the next few years, or we're already kind of figuring that out now, but in the next few years are going to be like, oh, wait a minute. Why did we ever add that stuff to our food? It was literally killing us. So what could possibly happen now where you're like inhaling food coloring? Because they're obviously adding it to make it turn pink, right? That's what I'm assuming why they're adding food coloring. So how much damage is that going to do to you? Because you're not just ingesting it like you typically would, which, again, quote unquote, could be killing you, is killing you. In just like day-to-day food that we have. But you're inhaling that stuff. So is that even going to be doing even more damage? I know there's the narcotics that's mixed up in there on top of that, but I'm just talking about like the stuff we actually know about. Because I don't know anything about narcotics. But like you're just getting like everything that's being added is doing damage. The narcotics, the food coloring is possibly doing a lot of damage. Caffeine, maybe that's like the least of your worries that's being added to this stuff.
But it's very concerning to law enforcement because whatever drug is out there is going to alter someone's mental state, and you don't even know what's in there. You're playing Russian roulette with these types of drugs. Everyone's concoction is going to be different from the next person's. One netizen states, I got a bag of it once. For me, it was like, more so, but I was a little more awake than usual. Friend of mine tested it, but found it also had inside, so there's that. One netizen.
And what? Kid like YouTube, like the censorship.
Friend of mine tested it, but found it also had inside, so there's.
I got nothing. I don't know what she's saying. I guess maybe I should actually look at her and see if I can read her lips. I don't know.
States. I got a bag of it once. For me, it was like, more so, but I was a little more awake than usual. Friend of mine tested it, but found it also had inside, so there's that.
Yeah, because it looks like she's saying bee. So it's like bones, bugs. But that's can't be what she's saying. Yeah, I don't know.
One netizen claims they've seen a supplier make a batch and said they just use whatever is left from the other drugs. They don't measure anything. Like whatever's on the table, just now with pink coloring. It's like leftovers. Another netizen agrees, writing, "It's just a cocktail of whatever random drugs the cartel janitor swept off the floor the previous night, mixed together, and then dyed pink. There is not one standardized formula for pink 2C." One person who has been high on it says, "I honestly thought I was losing my mind. I mean, everything went psychotic. I saw demons everywhere. I thought my brain broke and I was going to be left in this psychotic state for the rest of my life. I never took it since. Not worth the fun." Another netizen says, "Same thing happened to me. It felt like time stopped and I was stuck in this single moment forever. And then everyone around me turned into demons. Everybody's heads all turned 180 degrees and looked directly at me and started saying, 'He knows. Get him out. He knows.' Like I had unlocked some unknown reality straight out of a scaring me. I still have nightmares about it to this day. Wouldn't wish that kind of trip on any of my worst enemies." Another netizen writes, "I took it with my boyfriend. We quickly realized that it was going to be a bad trip. I couldn't formulate sentences. We were completely in a different dimension. And then he got super aggressive. He couldn't recognize me, started throwing around stuff and talking about weird things. At some point, he started choking me and repeatedly saying that he wants to kill me. I was glad that I could escape because he didn't recognize me and he wasn't going to stop. Never again after this experience. Please, everyone, be careful with this." That is what 2C is. That's also what Diddy has reportedly been allegedly addicted on.
Oof.
That all of his staff have to carry around a bag of pink 2C.
Right, that's where it's from.
Yeah.
I have no clue about any of that stuff. And I have not been paying attention to any of the PDD stuff. Haven't had any interest in it whatsoever. Again, even though I know she has like 1,000 PDD videos at this point. But yeah, I have no info on any of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I see.
2C is what Macy tells authorities she's on.
Okay, so we're back to this.
When she's laying 1 block away from a 3-car pileup that killed 2 people, she's laying on the road completely shirtless, and she keeps saying she's from the future. She has a crystal ball, and the aliens are coming. They're coming, they're coming, they're coming, coming. I know the answer to heaven. I know it's in the crystal. The construction worker that is around tells the officer she was trying to jump into someone else's car. What car was she driving? The white Mercedes, I think, down the block. She's the one that caused the accident that just killed 2 people, and now she's topless on the ground talking about a crystal ball. Eventually, when the paramedics come, she starts, She's just staring up at the sky. I mean, it's clear that she has urinated on herself. She's out of it.
The water. Wait, we live in a dome. This is the Hollywood scene.
What? We live in a dome? This is a what?
Art. We need to create art. We need to create. My mole. I died under the crash. The officers ask her, "Ma'am, what car were you driving?" "The white car." "What kind of car was it?" "Mercedes. My name is Mercedes. My name is Mercedes. I'm from the future. I'm a crystal ball. You can live off me." Later in the ambulance, paramedics ask her for her name. "What's your name?" "Put me in a coffin. Gold."
I mean, she's just incoherent, right? Like, how long is it going to take her to snap out of this?
"What's your name?" "Macy."
Well, I mean, she actually knows what her name is for a split second, I guess.
Love. You love me. You guys love me. You guys love me. Please. The answer is numerology. Go look at numerology.
What's your name?
Put me in a coffin, gold.
What's your name?
Macy.
Macy?
Mercedes. Macy Leathers.
Macy? What's your last name, Macy?
All right, Macy, do you know where you are? Yeah, I do. Earth. You're where? Earth. Yeah, we're all on Earth. Do you know where you are? What city? Oh, Miami. Do you know what happened? Do you remember what happened? Yeah, I died. She's laying there staring at the wall of the ambulance, I don't know, into the crystal ball, into the void, just repeating like a voice note on repeat. Pink Tusi, Pink Tusi, Pink Tusi, go, go, go now, go, now, 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 go, 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 pink, 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 pink. The answer is in the sun. Go to the sun. Go in the sun. The answer is in the sun. Look at the sun, the sun, the sun. Everyone lives at a different pace. The answer is in the crystal. Go, 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 go.
Wow.
Like where she's looking, because I don't know if her eyes are rolled back or not, but I don't think they were. She's just like looking up and then to the left, like she's just looking this way. Not necessarily at this guy. I think that's slightly further back. She would have to bend her head back, but she's just looking over here somewhere.
Oh, now, go, 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 go. Pink, 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 pink. I think I'm gonna sit down, but I'm getting dizzy.
In reality, Macy is clearly not from the future, nor can she predict when the aliens are coming to our planet with greater accuracy than your conspiracy theorist neighbor. She's high on Pink Tusi. She just killed 2 people. The most notable thing that she's done, at least from what I can find online prior to this incident, which makes me so angry to even say this, because how is this?
What do you mean? Like, how is there like info on her that's this random woman before this?
The most notable thing that she's done. She is a self-proclaimed Instagram model, but her
Oh, I forgot about that part of the headline for this video. The Instagram model tells cops she died and came back from the future. Yeah. Completely forgot that she was supposed to be an Instagram model.
most notable online appearance is on a Red Pill podcast, which don't even get me started on the brain dead things that come out of these gremlin podcast host mouths. The host of the controversial yet not so successful podcast loves to say things like, a key that opens many locks is a master key. A lock that opens with many keys is a shitty lock. Men and women are not the same.
Yeah, if you didn't know what's being said there, they're talking about men and women. Like, a key is a guy, a lock is a woman, whatever.
We are not equal whatsoever.
Wait. What a key that opens?
Okay, he didn't understand it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like a key meaning a phallus and a lock meaning you know what. And he's saying like, oh, a key that like can open a lot of locks is a master key, whatever. It's stupid, like she said. It's just the being promiscuous as a man is okay, being promiscuous as a woman is not okay. It's just that gibberish, right?
Every lock is a master key. And then what about the lock?
But a lock that opens through many keys is a shitty lock.
Okay, that sentence makes sense, but what is he referring to?
Okay, yeah, he didn't get it. Like I said, he's talking about men and women. Like I said,
Private parts.
Are keys and locks.
He's basically saying,
I see.
if a woman has slept with many people,
right,
she is a shitty person.
But
a man who has slept with many a woman
is a master key.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't see how is that related at all, but okay.
Yeah. He's saying all of this in the episode that Macy is a guest on.
okay. Yeah, I don't really care about any of like the pill stuff. I mean, either any pill, any of that kind of stuff. But what is being said here is stupid, and so I'm just assuming this podcast is dumb.
He says, a man with a lot of bodies is successful. A woman with a lot of bodies is a failure.
Like we go on like not go on like society's talked about how like this kind of stuff. Like maybe we'll get. I don't really want to get into this kind of conversation, but like we used to call like guys players, and that was like, oh, you want to be a player, but I don't feel like society actually thought players were a good thing. Player was an insult. Question mark. Like sure, a lot of guys like, oh, I'm a player, I want to be a player, but I feel like normal people see a player and like it's the same equivalent, if you want to go that way, that you would use for like a woman. Like it's not, at least how I saw it, growing up. It's not a good thing, question mark. Like you were just like a promiscuous man, if you want to use that term. I'm trying to be like as, you know, PC as possible because of how YouTube is nowadays. Uh, but like, yeah, being a player is not cool, question mark. Though I feel like it's coming back around to where society is like, no, being a player is cool, and that's like on both ends. Well, I don't know if about men, but like being a player as a woman actually is considered a good thing, I think, now. I don't know if it's like it's again, I don't know if it's going both ways, but it seems that way. So maybe it is. Cuz like this guy is saying that, right? So I think sides there's on both sides there are people saying, you know, a woman being promiscuous is the peak. And then on the other side you have men being promiscuous. They're saying that's being peak. So I think on both sides you have people saying just sleeping around is the best thing you could be doing. But like I said, that whatever. I didn't want to have this like silly conversation. I didn't know we were even going to go here. But yeah, like again, I don't. Growing up, I didn't see being a player as being cool. Is all I'm saying.
A woman's value is intimately tied to how many sexual partners you've had when it comes to finding a man.
Oh yeah, no. What I was saying was
Yeah.
like I don't know how key and man and woman are related at all. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess the only relation that he found was like, okay, you gotta stick it in.
Yeah, which
That's
is
the only
like
thing.
the most ridiculous, lobotomized comparison of like, okay, inanimate object.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He also says man can't be hoes because we're the homemakers.
What? Okay, so yeah, we just have like the most stereotypical guy here, which you would assume to just be like a straw man, but I guess this guy just exists.
Women don't really have this concept of violence and how the world really works in general. Most girls don't know, and that's why most girls are not fit to be leaders. Men are better decision makers. Men are better problem solvers. They're the ones that create society. I can't really think of a female inventor in my head. Yeah, which to comment on that last thing, I can't really think of a female inventor in my head. Your stupidity is not proof of a concept.
A bunch of them here, I'm guessing, on the screen now. If you're not watching and just listening, she just put a bunch of lists of people.
It's like
On the
very
screen.
small, limited worldview. But regardless, he continues to yap hysterically and emotionally. Your opinion is irrelevant because you're not a man. The takes that these podcast hosts have are so overdone. Their whole job is to be a misogynist, and they're not even really good at that because it's not creative. It's just very dumb. But in it, Macy responds,
My name's Macy.
Macy.
I'm 22.
22. Where you from?
I'm from upstate New York, a super small town called Fort Plain. Right now, I'm a bottle girl, and I kind of resell things like, like sneaker drops, that.
Okay.
she also
I don't know what she's talking about. She's saying she buys shoes and resells them? Is that what she's saying? Or this is just like slang and young people talk that I don't know what's going on.
says, I'm celibate. I swear to God. And then she kisses her hand and sends it up to God. I'm just on a different timing. I'm just here to get opportunities and money and shit like that. After sitting through the entire hour, I think it was an hour and a half of the two smooth-brained co-hosts like giggle-gaggling, sharing their quote-unquote independent thoughts that are just spoon-fed basic red pill rhetoric you can find in one Google search or on Reddit, Macy says this about them.
It's cool what you guys are doing. You guys definitely do have a strong mindset. You kind of, make it hard for us to have our own opinions.
Wait, she said you make it hard for us to have own opinions
Yeah.
and good for you?
She does make it clear that she does not agree with their viewpoints, but the same thing that can be applied for the Red Pill podcast host and Macy is, there's a quote, okay? It goes, remember when you are dead, you do not know that you are dead. It is only painful for others around you. The same applies for when you are stupid. These are the podcast hosts. This is Macy. They're all on the same side. The judge presiding over this case,
Looks so different here. I mean, she did, kill two people at this point, so probably is not having a good day. Granted, I mean, those people's families are not going to have a good rest of their lives, so
One of the judges in this case is the Honorable Mindy Glazer. She's actually quite famous. She went viral a few years ago because when she's sitting up on the podium one day, she doesn't look particularly thrilled for the day ahead. For hours, she's going to sit there, talk to a dozen different defendants, and she's honestly just trying to get a few pieces of key information from the defendants. Are they hiring private attorneys? Do they need the court to appoint one? Have they served in the U.S. military or the reserves? Very standard process, routine work. Defendant comes up to the stand in their orange jumpsuit. They get sworn in. Judge Glazer asks them a few questions. On to the next. It's like a factory line of people. Next up, judge reads through his paperwork. Arthur Booth, charges include burglary, grand theft, fleeing, resisting arrest. Hi, Mr. Booth, how are you? I'm okay, ma'am. You actually have 3 arrest affidavits: reckless driving, damage to property, leaving the scene of a crash with serious injury.
All right, were you saying this 3 strikes you're out? Or no?
He looks confused. With no serious injury. I'm sorry, no serious injury. The bond on count 1 is $7,500. And she's about to read off the rest of the bonds, but she looks down at the paperwork, looks up at the defendant, Arthur Booth, and starts writing things down. Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you. Yes, ma'am?
Why is he scoffing?
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my god, I was just looking at this case.
Okay, that's why he is doing that. Because I'm seeing this, and it's reminding me of like the case where like the man like attacked the woman on the other side of the, like attacked the judge. But I don't think this is that case, right? But like, what is going on?
F15 13303. Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, no, I think I know about this. Not necessarily know about this, but I feel like I've seen this before. Where
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you
yeah, and then he just he starts breaking down.
there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school. He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him, with all the kids, and look what has happened. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
He keeps sobbing. Oh my goodness. He used to be a promising student, but he fell into drugs, gambling addiction, which really set his life off course.
Good luck to you, sir. I hope you're able to come out of this okay and just lead a lawful life.
One netizen comments, he wasn't crying because she recognized him. He was crying because right at that moment, he realized what he had become.
Yeah, I assume it was just shame, right? That this person he used to know, like finding out what's happened to him, or just like even just like realizing what has happened to himself, and like compared to like what has happened to other people. Like this woman has like, I don't know, like the one of the best jobs she probably has. She's probably like, well, she's doing justice, right? And she's probably rich from doing it and just living a good life.
Another comment reads, I think the realization that at some point, more or less, they were equal in some regard, going to the same
Yeah, and then that all fell apart because of like who knows how many chain reactions.
school. I mean, obviously, we don't know their personal environments, but then they took opposite paths. I'm sure with different circumstances, he could have been the judge. And that must hit you really hard. That's what Judge Mindy Glazer has gone viral for. My husband has been...
Well, okay, editing error there. She had like a split second of the ad read before. The ad read before this. But yeah, I have seen that clip before where the guy like breaks down. So hopefully he's doing okay, right? Hopefully he's gotten his life together. Because clearly he understands that like things didn't have to be this way, right? And hopefully, I don't know if she's gonna go easy on him, because again, like she said, he was like the nicest kid, but obviously just life wasn't good to him, possibly. Like maybe things weren't great, and that's how he got to this point. So we could use this quote, because I've watched people like react to Spider-Man 3 recently. What does Sandman say? Like something like, I'm not a bad person, just like someone who's had a lot of bad luck, something like that. I don't know what the quote is. Let me see if I can look it up, actually. Yeah, it's just, I'm not a bad person, I've just had bad luck. So you can possibly apply that to that guy. He's not a bad person, he's just had bad luck. I would not say that. But again, how does it, we are just all over the place with this episode. So beginning, we had some ARG that she's never going to explain because she just loves doing that from time to time, just saying some weird out-of-pocket stuff and not elaborating on it later or at all ever again. Then we got the Mindy stuff, or not Mindy, but Macy, whatever her name is. Then was there like another break out of this at some point? Oh yeah, the Vice documentary on Pink Panther. And then now we have this, but what is this the judge that Macy ends up actually having? Question mark? I would have to assume. We saw her earlier maybe, unless that was a different woman. Oh, you only had the stupid stuff on this podcast. Oh, look, she's about to be over with the second ad. Usually when she has the ad read, she has two of them, which is weird. Sometimes they're back to back, sometimes not, but I think
One of my favorite things is shop.
Okay, never mind. Like I'm too on spot because, like I said, sometimes when she has ad read, she does two back to back, and she is in fact having two back to back right now with Stitch Fix. So she actually has three ad reads this video. I guess he's trying to get a lot of money. This is 7 months ago. I feel like they've been married at this point, right? I was like, because I was gonna make a joke like, oh, she's trying to get money for the wedding, but I think they're already married at this point. This wasn't that long ago, 7 months ago. I think that's just because I was like scrolling down from the top of her videos, seeing if I could find something to watch for today. But again, I'll get around to her newest video eventually. It's too much. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I feel like something like that I have to do live. So I just need like a break for that. Like just cut me some slack. But even doing these videos every other day is still very draining. Which I know it just sounds cringe to say, like you're not doing anything but sitting there, but still. Yeah, you're not doing anything but just sitting there watching someone else's video, but I'm still going to say it's slightly draining. So again, cut me the slightest of slack. But we'll get around to it eventually. And when I get my schedule rotated around, maybe I'll just start doing all the Rotten Mango stuff and Stephanie Sue stuff live. That would be probably for the best. Okay, hopefully not a third ad read out of nowhere.
For Macy's case, however, the judges are not nearly as empathetic. In court, the judge is reviewing her case and realizes that Macy wasn't even supposed to be in the car that day.
Okay, so we just threw in that little snippet of this guy just to like show what it's like for like the judge talking to these like shotgun level of like, I don't know, inmates, like just shotgunning through them. Like, here's one, here's the next one, here's the next one.
Because she doesn't have a freaking driver's license. Furthermore, even if she wanted one, she couldn't get one because she's banned from getting a license.
What did she do? How?
Her license has been suspended indefinitely.
How does one even get a license suspended indefinitely? DUI? Like excessive DUI? That's all I could think of. Or just too many like small accidents?
We don't know why, but we can imagine it's not a good reason.
I'm assuming it's just, again, intoxication, constant intoxication under the wheel. And it's just like, okay, you're not allowed to drive.
There's this quick back and forth between Macy's attorney and the judge where the attorney states she doesn't pose a danger to the community. She's a college graduate. She's been in the state of Florida, Your Honor, for over almost 2 years.
Well, I mean, she was under the influence heavily, killed 2 people, then made a scene in the middle of the road, And then also a college degree almost doesn't mean anything nowadays, because you can get one and not learn anything, especially even further now with the advancement of AI. You can just have AI do everything for you. Isn't there like a story of a guy who finished college via Chat GPT? Like everything they did in college was through AI. They did nothing and were allowed to get their degree. I'm assuming, I would hope that they would have revoked this person's degree, but I don't know anything about that. That's as far as my knowledge on that story goes. It's just like kid used AI to go through all of college, not doing anything and not learning anything. So again, like a degree is almost potentially worthless, except for like really, 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 really hard stuff. That's like there's no way you didn't like really try for that. Not to like say there's not to put anyone down. I'm not like trying to be mean to anybody. I'm just saying you can have a college degree and not have a million IQ is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like those two aren't how would you say it? Yeah, like that's what it is. Like having a college degree and having 1,000 IQ are not mutually exclusive. Question mark. Or what I should say is that those two things aren't mutually unexclusive. I feel like that would be the way. Because mutually exclusive is two things being unable to happen at the same time. But I'm saying in this situation, it's the opposite, right? Those two things can exist. Actually, I feel like I'm confusing myself. I guess like the easiest way to like fix that is just to say like having a college degree and having 0 IQ are not mutually exclusive. You can have a college degree and still have 0 IQ, is what I'm saying.
I don't think
And I'm using IQ as like a catch-all. I don't like mean literally the IQ. Just I'm just using it as a placeholder for whatever you want to put in that spot.
college graduate. She's been in the state of Florida, Your Honor, for over almost 2 years. So I don't think that there's anything to suggest that she's a flight risk.
I was like, what do you mean by flight risk? I mean, not flight risk, but like, what do you mean by she's been here for 2 years? What does that have to do with anything? But the flight risk, that's what he's talking about.
To which the judge responds, she is an absolute danger to the community based on the killing and driving when she...
Yeah, she's literally killed 2 people. Clearly is living that valley life. She has the valley accent, as we've seen on the Red Pill podcast that she was on. She's living the valley girl lifestyle. She's doing all the narcotics. She has been literally revoked from having a license forever. She is definitely a risk to society.
She shouldn't have been in a car, and she's clearly impaired based on her statements.
If it wasn't for the citizens or...
Oh yeah, it is the woman. Okay, so Mindy did have this girl. Like, yeah, she looks out of it. So how did she get the drugs here? Also, why does she get to have this, like, whatever this vest thing is, shirt? And why is she not in jail attire, inmate attire? I'm guessing she just got to come here without it, just straight from home. She's not in jail or anything.
Witnesses nearby who stopped her.
Yeah, she is kind of swaying, you know, back and forth. Maybe that's terrible arrows because I just can't get anything. Again, my positioning is bad here. Don't hold it against me. She is swaying back and forth. Her eyes are constantly drooping down, as you can see. They are going downwards, and it looks silly, but yeah, just look at her face right now. She is out in outer space right now with the aliens.
She would have completely fled.
So it seems like she was
Like she might as well be asleep.
running away in her red hoodie, sees the crowd of people running towards the scene. And it doesn't sound like anyone says anything to her, right? I don't know the CCTV footage of the street level camera after the car accident where she's running away from the scene. It doesn't seem like someone says anything. It seems like she joins them because she knows she sticks out like a sore thumb running in the opposite direction. So she U-turns, runs with them, goes back to the scene of the crash, but manages to take a turn and starts running away. She takes off her top, maybe in her, who knows what state she's in, maybe
Narcotic stupor.
in that state she thought, okay, that red hoodie is so red, people are going to remember it, so I got to take it off. I don't know if that's what happened. That's just a presumption. Takes it off, tries to get into somebody else's car. The construction workers stop her. Then the police come and they're like, what are you doing? That's how she gets caught. But if none of these people had done anything, she would have just fled.
I think it's a female on the ground. They're holding her because she wanted to flee the scene.
Right. She could have ran away, but instead she's like super
She's thinking.
under the influence. So she's doing a lot of weird stuff.
It's like she's doing a lot of weird stuff, but clearly the motive is to flee.
Right.
I think even her joining the crowd is a pretty conscious decision.
Right.
I think if you're really out of it, you would just lay there on the scene and be like, oh my God, I'm dead.
Yeah. So it's a lot of weird, fleeting.
Yes. Just from my unprofessional knowledge of watching the body cam footage, she does seem high on drugs.
Sure. Yep. Definitely out of it.
Right? But it's very fascinating that she still makes heavy conscious decisions to flee, to get away with the crime.
Yeah.
Multiple times. Even the aspect of thinking, if I'm running this way and all these people are running that way, I should probably join them. That is very, that's meticulously planned.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see what she's saying, but also if you're just out of your mind and you're just going with the flow, you might just be like, what's going on over there? And then you're just like, you just do a U-turn and like start following people. I feel like if you're like really heavily out of it, like she could have just been going with the flow. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of people walking this way. Is this where I'm supposed to be going? Let me go this way, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
The chain reaction crash that she caused killed Abraham and his friend Jesus while they were both on their way to work. Her counts are 2 counts of DUI manslaughter, aggravating factor of failure to render aid, 1 count of DUI causing bodily injury to another, 1 count reckless driving causing serious injury, 3 counts of driving without a driver's license resulting in injury or death, 2 counts vehicular homicide caused by failure to stop, 1 count of leaving the scene of an accident involving death. It seems like the defense is going to try and argue that Macy was not in her faculties during the time of the crime because she was on.
Yeah, I mean, we all know she was under drugs, but is that really an excuse? Can you use that as an excuse? It's like, oh yeah, I committed manslaughter because I was just so out of it. So can I get some slack? You know I killed 2 people, but I was like high on narcotics. So can you let me off the hook?
On pink pain. It appears that will be quite a difficult thing to defend because regardless of the drug, she should not have been behind the wheel. She should have not taken the drug. She should have not fled the scene. The defense might even try to argue that technically she was not fleeing or leaving the scene of the accident. They might also try to claim that she was involuntarily intoxicated, that she was drugged. But
I mean, if you have to just make stuff up, I mean, sure. I mean, you have to try to. It's your job to defend someone, even if they're bad, even if they're a criminal.
She did herself admit that she took cocaine. Pink Tusi, if you will. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. It would also heavily impact her case considering she was driving home from a party. She's not supposed to drive. She drives to a party, does drugs, drives back home. Those are a lot of decision makings that's happening.
Wait, that happened 6:40 a.m. You say 6:45 a.m.
She was driving home at 6:45 a.m.
Yeah, partied all night and then was going home in the morning.
And since then, Juanita has been unable to work since the incident. She is the driver of the Suzuki. Her husband and his friend passed. And I'm sure the idea of even driving to work will become this never-ending battle against PTSD. She says Abraham's 16-year-old son has been left without the love and care of his father, who was his entire world. I am now unable to work due to my injuries, and the boy's life has been turned upside down. Abraham's mother, who lives in Nicaragua, suffers from Parkinson's disease and is now not only grieving, but also left without the financial support from her son. Juanita said that she went to court to see Macy during the bond hearing, and quote, "It felt horrible seeing her. She didn't look remorseful. She's a danger to society." Those are the thoughts and things that are going on in Juanita's life. But as for Macy, if you find her Instagram, which is still active,
How? Is she on Instagram in jail?
her bio reads that she is, quote, "one of one, Gemini, lit in real life, money emoji on my brain emoji."
Okay. You said it was so active. How is she not in jail? Again, unless she has Instagram access in jail. Is she taking Instagram jail selfies? Only jails? Like, what are we doing?
One netizen comment reads, "She will now be modeling only in orange jumpsuits." A lot of netizens are also calling her out for her self-proclaimed status as a model. They comment, "Anyone with a cell phone camera now equals model." Another reads, "What does she model? A shitty personality?"
Everyone's just being mean, but she did
Unfortunately
commit manslaughter.
for Macy, her most two viral pictures that she is known for as a model now are, one, her mugshot, and two, another of her posing in front of her dented Mercedes before the accident.
Okay, before.
The caption reads, #24 birthday cake emoji, aging like fine wine.
Wow.
Other netizens have pointed out to this one part in the body cam footage where Macy is being pulled out of the ambulance and she tries to tell the paramedics, "The devil is real."
The devil's real. The devil is real.
Okay.
And netizens comment, "Yeah, and it might be you."
I figured that's where that was going.
And that is the case of what has been going on with Macy Lathers, the girl that was on the Red Pill podcast, self-proclaimed Instagram model that ended up killing 2 people on pink.
There is still over a minute, almost 2 minutes left of this. So where's she gonna go with this now?
And I think with this and with the Diddy case, there are a lot of mainstream news outlets now reporting the dangers of pink, and it's only getting more popular in party cities. New York City, LA, Miami are like the hot spots. So be careful because it's just, you don't even know what's in there.
Just stop doing drugs. Stop doing narcotics. It's that simple. Just stop doing it. I mean, I know it's not that easy, but like, just don't do drugs. Do I have to bring up the old school drug ad? I'm going to do it. We're going to do it live. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. I got the ad. This used to come on the channel in like the 90s all the time. This was 1999. I'm never going to forget this stupid little chime or what have you. I'm only playing this very last part because I have a sinking feeling that I'm going to get copyright, not struck, but copyright claims for playing this, so.
The lesson here is so plain to see. Drug free is the way to be.
Yeah, like that little part there. This commercial, man, always on this TV back then. Yeah, again, kids, drug-free is the way to be. And those guys are like bees, so it's like a pun.
How can you even recreationally do that if you don't know what it is? So
because it's not. It's very misleading. It's like
it could be anything, and the minute that they start adding more fentanyl into it, if not already, I mean that could kill a lot.
They
of people.
don't know what she's actually on, right? Like they didn't test her because she said
they did.
Oh,
just a lot of different drugs, but alcohol is not one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, when you test for like 2C, it doesn't come up pink cocaine. It comes up like an MDMA and
exactly, because she was in what a state that she was in. You know, that's so terrifying. That's what happens when you don't know what's going on at all.
Yeah, this was very strange. I know the Stephanie Malgoza case where she was drunk driving. It's very different. There's same and different. This was different in the sense there are moments where it's very strange to watch her.
I don't know about who she's talking about right now. I have no clue who she's referring to.
And her tone of, "I'm from the future."
Oh, that stuff.
While this is all happening is
Yeah, but this other lady, I don't know who she means.
very creepy.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 people who passed away a block away that you caused. And it's just, I'm from the future.
And we don't know how long she's, it's still ongoing?
Yeah, she's going to head into, I think, pretrial hearings soon.
Okay, so she's not like in jail yet. Maybe she is now because this was 7 months ago, but maybe / hopefully she is behind bars now. Also, that's a new video that she's made, like man dead in front of powerful family home. And it seems like this lady here is potentially the culprit because everyone's pointing the finger, it looks like, at her. Who knows if we actually know the end of this? Because it doesn't seem like this is going to be like up into the air right now. But yeah, this is the video I keep referring to, like the 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like that's rough. That's a long time to just sit here and react to something. Even though it's not like I haven't done it before. I think, has any of these videos been like over 2 hours? I don't know. Maybe early on, because it was easier to do something like that, because it was like you're doing it for the first time, but doing these videos every day can add up. But yeah, look forward to seeing this video live in the future, eventually. I'm pretty sure tomorrow's going to be like a shorty. Opium finally uploaded her new video about like celebrities conspiracies or something, so maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And then the day after that, maybe my schedule will be rotated around to where I can just live stream at 6 p.m. Or maybe I should like change the time that we do rad videos, I don't know. But yep, look forward to that soon. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers or think about becoming a member. Or subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And don't forget we have a zone now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr and RaleyDrew. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. Do. See ya.